everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Michelle. I'm a Sacramento-based painter, and today I'm doing another chatty paint with me video to share how I paint as a self-taught artist. As I mentioned in my prior paint with me video, this is not a step-by-step tutorial, but rather just a window into the strategies and the materials that I use so that it might help you with your oil painting journey, or if you are just interested in painting and have never done it before and would like, to have some insight into someone who just also randomly started one day in her life to oil paint and what I've been doing that has been working for me. So first thing, I really was excited to find this paper palette at my local art supply store, and it's essentially sheets of paper with a wax coat on top, which allows you to lay your oil on your palette while you paint, and at the end, it can easily help you to dispose of your old paints once you're done with a minimal cleanup. I think a glass palette is ideal for long-term use, but for someone who is starting off with oil paints and they're still learning proper ways to clean and dispose of paint waste, having a paper palette could help streamline your cleanup process. So yeah, I was really excited to find that at University of Art, this local shop here in Sacramento. Here, as you can see, I am blocking in where I am laying down my subject, which is 2 peony flowers in a mason jar, and I'm starting off with the background first, which is a new technique that I've been doing. When I first started painting, I would start with the subject, which would be the flowers in the mason jar first, but I've come to realize that the background sets the mood of the painting, and so sometimes when I'm starting off with the subject, the flowers in the mason jar first, I'll choose the colors that I think look really pretty, but then the mood of the background kind of throws off the colors that I had initially used for the subject, if that makes any sense. So now I kind of like to establish the mood of the painting with the background first, and then go in and really intentionally pick out the colors for the flowers and the mason jar after the background has already been chosen. Another thing that I really like from doing the background first is you can kind of see those sort of blue tinges in the paint of the petals as the kind of blue background is being pulled into the pink of the flowers, and I really like that effect. I'm learning to kind of keep my brush strokes a little more simple and a little bit more confident on the canvas. In the past, I used to really try to make my paintings as blended in and as meticulously painted out as possible, and I really liked that kind of super realistic look, but now I'm feeling like I'm more intrigued. I'm kind of pulled in more towards paintings that let the brush strokes kind of sit on the canvas without trying to manipulate it too much. Essentially what I love about it is that what you're seeing when you see a painting is like this illusion, like it looks like flowers in a mason jar, but really when you see the brush strokes, it kind of reminds you that this is just a canvas and this is the skill of the painter to like make your eyes see what you think you're seeing. And so I think that's just really cool. So that's what I've been trying to do with my recent oil paintings. Alright, so here I am blocking in the background of the mason jar, and in the past I used to just create the mason jar in a completely different color than the background. I would make it like a gray or a blue, something you would think about when you think of a jar. But here you can see that like 85 to 90% of the jar is just a slightly different shade of the background, and then what makes it kind of become this three-dimensional object is when you come in with the highlights at the end. And honestly, that's my favorite part. So I've switched to my palette knife to add in a couple more highlights in the petals where the light is hitting like the edge of the farthest petals in the flower. and then also kind of coming in with it for the mason jar. And with the palette knife, I feel like it creates this effect that looks like almost like you're spreading butter on toast. It's kind of doing the same thing with paint on your canvas, and I really love it. I always love when I use a palette knife in a painting, and here it's no different. Speaking of, my paintings will also be listed on Etsy. I recently had a really exciting moment with my Etsy in that I sold my first oil painting to a person who wasn't either an acquaintance or a person that I kind of knew from my real life or personal life. And some of you might think like, that doesn't sound like a big deal, but I feel like Etsy is not the most friendly platform when it comes to selling an oil painting. It's hard for the algorithm to pick up an original oil painting and let that be seen, let alone purchased. And coupled with the fact that an oil painting is like a pretty high priced type of art, it's hard, as I can see how it's hard for an art patron on Etsy to really commit to buying something that they can't see in person that does cost a lot compared to like an art print or something that's a little bit more affordable. And so it always made sense to me that all my patrons have been someone that I knew in life or someone who knew me in person in some way, whether it's like an acquaintance who knew I was a painter or like a friend who was searching for a gift of some kind. And so the fact that I opened up my Etsy one day and saw that someone had purchased this fig painting of mine and I didn't know this person, it was really encouraging for me to keep painting and to keep listing it on Etsy. And I think that the more skills that I gain as a painter, the more likely that someone will make that leap into purchasing an oil painting over Etsy. So yeah, here are my finishing touches to that mason jar. Kind of like what I was saying, just those little pops of white using that palette knife really just makes that mason jar kind of come to life. This is my finished painting. Check it out on Etsy if you're interested, and thank you so much for watching this video. Out of all the YouTube videos you could be watching, I really appreciate you being here. Definitely send me a little like or click that subscribe button if you would like to see more in the future, and I'll see you next time. Bye!